What if you don't regret your affair? Hey there, I'm Sharon Pope. I help women who are struggling in lonely and disconnected marriages get the confidence and clarity they need to either fix the struggles in their marriage or move forward without regret. If you like what you hear, I hope you'll subscribe. People decide to get married. It means they've chosen each other to spend the rest of their life together. But then, several years into the marriage, what started out as two people being inseparable now becomes incompatible. My name is Sharon Pope. I am a master life coach and a 7-time best-selling author on love and relationships. I help women who are struggling in their lonely and disconnected marriages get the confidence and clarity they need to either fix the struggles in their marriage or lovingly release it without regret. You can go to clarityformymarriage.com to explore if there's a fit for you and I to work together today. So today we are talking about when you don't necessarily regret having an affair. You see, when we are struggling inside of our marriages, when we're feeling disconnected and disgruntled in our marriages, we tend to bury those feelings. We do that because it's just easier not to talk about it than to address it. And there's a part of us that thinks if we just ignore it and we sweep it under the rug, eventually it'll go away. We talk ourselves into maybe I'm overreacting. But then we carry the hurt and the anger and the resentment with us quietly until it's not so quiet anymore, right? Because those resentments that we carry, that we think we've stuffed down and kept in place, those go either unexpressed or they get expressed, but they're unheard. And those are the things that those are the resentments that get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's how it turns into an affair. And that's how resentments can build into a place of almost entitlement inside of an affair, right? Because what we won't talk about, what we refuse to talk about, what we can't talk about will come out through our actions, our choices, and our behaviors. It doesn't go away, even though we don't say the words. And so this is how someone who could never have seen themselves involved in an affair previously finds themselves in an affair, right? So I want to share with you something that someone in my membership wrote, but honestly, any woman could have written this. She said, I haven't felt connected to my husband for almost 2 years, and I feel like I'm slowly dying inside. We are polite with one another, but that's as far as it goes. I wouldn't even say we are friends at this point. Maybe good co-parents, maybe business partners. And I'm filled with so much sadness and resentment because I feel like I don't even want this anymore. I tried to improve this marriage for years, and he never wanted to be bothered with trying to make it better. When he's gone, I don't miss him. When I have expressed to him how I'm feeling, he blows it off and tells me I'm overreacting. He has ignored me and my needs in so many ways for so long that I don't even regret my affair. I don't want to hurt him, but I can't say I regret the affair that brought me back to life and showed me what was possible. You see, I think affairs are important tools for us because it helps us to see what it is that we really long for in our most intimate relationship and what is missing. Affairs are there to wake us up, to shake us up, to have the really difficult conversations that we could have had and really should have had years before. But it was easier just not to. And then when an affair is found out, it's like shock and awe. Like, no, we never saw this coming. Really? Neither of you never saw this coming when there was so much that was going unexpressed. So I understand this. I understand why you might feel bad about the hurt that it caused. You might feel guilty about that, but you don't necessarily regret the affair. Now, here's what I want to tell you. I have had many clients, well, many of my clients have either had affairs or are on the receiving end of their spouse having an affair. And it's really, really painful stuff, but it's also really, really common, which makes it all the more important that we've got to start talking about this and not wait until it happens to then start having the conversation. But what I can tell you is that there are many of my clients who can legitimately say, while the affair, they wouldn't necessarily go so far as to say the affair was the best thing to ever happen to our relationship. They won't go that far. But what they will say is we are much closer, more connected, having more conversations and more affection than we ever did before the affair. Right? So sometimes we can use these things that are there to shake us up, to wake us up, to have the difficult conversations. We can really use them inside of our benefit. And if your marriage comes through an affair and you decide that is the end of this particular book, this is the last chapter in the book, that's okay. It's okay. But if you decide that it's one chapter of our story and it's not the end of the book, then what I want you to know is that you are the author of that book. And so you get to choose what the next chapter is. It can be at the end or it can be something new, something that feels more connected and more close and able to really talk about the things that maybe you felt ill-equipped to talk about before. So if that is speaking to you, I want to share with you my brand new ebook. It's called 3 Things Women Want Men to Know, for men and the women who love them. And I know women will look at this book and go, oh, that's for men. But I can't tell you how many times that women have said, Sharon, if you would just come to my house and have this conversation with my husband and I feel like I'd finally be heard. Can you just say the words? I'm giving you the words, ladies. So if you are a man struggling in your marriage, this book is for you. And if you are a woman struggling in your marriage and struggling to find the right words so that you can be heard when you're trying to talk about the hard things, then the book is also for you. So you can just go to 3 Things to Know. That's the number 3, not spelled out, 3thingstoKnow.com and download my book. And if you like what you hear, I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. If you would like to be notified every time we post a new video, you can do that right at the end here. Take good care.